today. From NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They'll set up to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
They'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Harper. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the 2nd time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
On 2nd down. It's Gibson, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And his kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. 5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
They'll run on first down. Reed, and unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harper. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Look now at Nelson, who remains down. He appears to be shaken up a bit. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A handoff for Gibson. Oh, able to avoid him. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, complete. That's Harper. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 18. And here's a give to Gibson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
The extra point up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 2nd down now, it's Reed. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st down, it's Reed. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down. Right against zone.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds Ivory here. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and 8. Now a give right side. It's Reed, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal, pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on 4th. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Second and 2. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That catch good for only a couple. They'll try to run with Gibson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 17-3. So that... It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side, and out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case. And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
Back to throw now on first down. Caught. This is Ivory. Not much there, only a yard. Now back to throw. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Working with a 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Gibson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They give it off here to the tight end. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On 1st down, it's Reed. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Reed. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They'll run on 1st down. It's Reed, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Leonard Williams drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. It's taken on the 25. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Right back to him on first down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll try the left side. Reed. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Reed. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And we roll the highlights of the game he's had. You know, when we talk about wide receivers and how you shut them down, what about when you have a tight end like this having a game? How do you stop him defensively?
It really changes what you're trying to do because defensively you're worried more about the wideouts. Okay, how are we going to cover them? The running backs, how are you going to shut them down? But the tight end is that elusive, unique player. Linebacker cover him, cornerback cover him, safety covering him. Always has the advantage. Usually has final answer against anyone who tries to defend him.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back to throw again. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 29. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. He wants it all for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Gibson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team. But the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll look to throw. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. They'll try again, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right on the 30. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Reed. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And this one complete to Reed. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. And he'll find Pittman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Back to throw. Got a man, it's Gibson complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. What a catch inside the 5. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. On play action, they'll throw. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, an absolutely thrilling finish there at the end, down to the final play. Got it close to the goal line, but couldn't punch it in.
How much fun was that ending, though, for us?
We were standing up.
I had to. You had to get out of your seat for that one. That close to the goal line? Oh, that was fun.
So for the